Hello guys. Happy Sunday. Welcome into my studio. Hello Loretta and Lori and Lucy. Lots of L's on. Hello Sandra and Janet and Bonnie and Ann and Judy and Carrie and Yvonne. Hello Linda Johnson. Hello Linda McCullough. Good to see you guys on. Good to see you on. Let me write down who I saw first on, I know on Facebook. Okay, so just who was on first so I can see who gets the packet, the e-packets. Anyway, you're packing for Net, Janet. I'm so jealous. I really wish I was going. Really wish I was going. Oh my goodness, Janet, you have got to get that Frosty. I'm going to talk about that. Heidi ho, Miss Chris. Hello, Lori. So yes, I'm bummed. Hi, Debbie. Spending time with my granddaughter. Oh, no problem, Carol. You enjoy that time. Hi, Linda. And let's see who's over. Hi, Letitia and Linda and Mary and Chrissy and Diane and Lori. Missed you. Oh, I missed you too, Lori. I haven't seen your name pop up in a while. So, anyway. Wow, what a week. What a busy week. What a great week, let me just say. It's been a wonderful week for our family. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sue. Thank you for sprinkling, guys. Oh, thank you, Bev. I'm so excited about the convention in Tennessee. We'll talk about that in a minute. So Loretta, NET is New England Traditions. It's a convention that's held in Massachusetts. They're having their 25th convention this year. I did not submit because originally OKC was to be in October, and that's the same time as NET. So I opted not to submit. I'm bummed now because of course OKC moved to August, which I think is a good time, and not to have two in October, but next year I'm planning to be there. I'm planning to submit. So you'll have to check it out. So, and congratulations to Loretta that you were selected to teach in Tennessee. So happy for you. I can't even pronounce that lake. But Sandra, you have a fun time. Yes, I'm looking forward to the change in weather, the change in colors of leaves and everything. So, hello, Kathy Pruitt. So, hi, Donna. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's awesome. Cheryl, I wish I was going to Portland. Unfortunately, I'm going to be teaching a seminar in Knoxville. Hello, Ann Davis and Lori Coates, traveling back from Canada. Oh my goodness, are you right now? You've got to take pictures if you can, Lori. Hi, Dawn, and send those and let's see them. So, oh my goodness. But yeah, I'll be teaching a seminar in Tennessee. In fact, I am booked now all through next year for seminars and also through 2025. And now that my husband is retired and my, what is he? He's my business manager. He's my office manager. He's my receptionist, my, my admin, my everything, and the best partner ever. Anyway, so he has mapped out my year so that I don't overschedule like I did this year. This year I overscheduled myself a little too much. But on top of that, I also scheduled some fun. Like we got to go see the Grand Canyon and, after, go to Colorado and see my niece. And then I have a really exciting trip. So for all of y'all that followed my trip to Istanbul, Turkey, when my brother-in-law lived there. So my brother lived there for, it was a year, I think, or just over a year. Anyway, there are tons of pictures on my Facebook, Sandy McTier Designs, and my Sandy McTier, just my regular one, and they're public. But anyway, so I think there's like over 1,000 pictures from Istanbul. It was amazing. It keeps me out of trouble too, Loretta, being busy, but, right, Lori? I am. The thing with slowing down is I have to give myself time to recuperate from one trip before the next, and I didn't allow that this time, so I felt like I was chasing my own tail 24/7. So hello, Ann McGow, good to see you on. Aw, thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. Donna Baker, your first visit with me. Well, welcome. I'm happy that you're here. All right, so if you don't know, you're in my studio virtually. My very messy studio. Thankfully, you only get to see the pretty side of it because the ugly side and all the clutter is over there. So I put on this lipstick, it's like a lip gloss, and my lips are sticking together. Anyway, so welcome to Sundays in the Studio with me. So, hot in Arkansas. Oh, I bet, Karen. It's 85 here right now. That's pretty hot for October for Georgia, but I have to admit, I'll take it. Oh, thank you, Laura. Congratulations to you as well. So, anyway, you're thinking of taking an art cruise in January 2025. Amazing. I'm hoping to be in Germany. I think it's in January or February. It just depends if I'm invited to go demo. But anyway, hi, Pam. Yeah, let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're viewing from, where you are right now. Like Lori Coates is in the car on her way back from Canada. Hi, Mona. Oh, thank you. So I'm just going to put it up right here. So this is the convention we're talking about. It's the very first one they've had. It's Viking Woodcrafts. If you're not familiar with Viking Woodcrafts, they have supplied wood and have done books for artists for decades. Anyway, they're putting on their very first Painting and Craft Expo. There are 49 amazing teachers that have been selected to teach, and I was so happy to see so many names on there of people that I have not seen at a convention in a couple of years due to the pandemic. So I would love to put a painting cruise on. I should look into that because I've been on, let me think, 2 cruises, I think, or 3. I can't remember. They were so memorable. No, they were fun. And 2 of them were painting cruises, so I've been on 3. Anyway, I love to cruise. I think it's fun. But I've been a little nervous and actually lost a deposit for a cruise that I was supposed to take in March 2020. So, for Priscilla Hauser's 80th birthday, some of her friends and family were going, and yeah. So, it is going to be a fantastic convention, no doubt. And I'll have a booth as well. I think a cruise would be fun. Just a short one, right? Yeah, from Florida. So, anyway, and I'd have to give ample time because you'd have to have a passport. So anyway, so real quick, hey Karen, hey Linda. Well, Linda, you better get those potatoes turned off. They might burn. So we'll see you when you get back. Where did you get your round paint bottle storage container? Right behind you, Chrissy. It is amazing. And I don't think I have it on I've got to look through the bottom of my glasses because my eyes are terrible. Let me see if I've got it on here. Oh, I do, right there. Okay, that's not the stencil, all right, but creativeartslifestyle.com is where I got it, all right? Let me see no, it's not there, because they also have Studio R12. So it's Patricia Rawlinson, and you can go there. It comes in pieces, so you put it together. I never painted mine. You can paint it if you want to. It's the best. I love it. In fact, I probably should get 2. But I've had it for many, many years. Hi, Monty. Okay, so real quick on Um, YouTube, Anne Berling, you were the first to comment, and on Facebook, Janet Roach. So 2 ladies in my membership group, which is awesome. Message me what e-packet that's on my website right now you'd like, and I will get that sent to you after the live, all right? Maybe after dinner, because after the live, we're getting Indian food tonight, which I love. I love, love, love. So, oh my goodness, Lucy, I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean, COVID's here to stay, unfortunately. It's just going to be here forever. Hopefully, some way, somehow, it'll go away. And Linda's back. So, oh, thank you, Donna. Oh, yes, I'm so excited too because Tracy Morrow and I have a mixed media mystery event. So it will be something, Chris Avola, you are the best. So she put on Facebook the link for the media acrylic paint caddy, which is awesome. It does not fit 2-ounce bottles. It only fits the 1-ounce bottle. Okay. Yeah. Oh, just on the cruise, he caught it. Yeah. I hope all of you plan to go to Chattanooga. It really is going to be amazing. And if you can't go and you can go to Oklahoma, great. If you can't go to that, maybe NET, which is up in Massachusetts way. That is this coming weekend. I won't be there. Unfortunately, I'm going to be on a trip with my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law and I are going to Rhode Island to see the cottages, you know, like the Vanderbilts and the Astors and all those really pretty homes from the Gilded Age. So I'm going to be there this weekend. Oh, thank you, Debbie. That was the other thing I wanted to. So we are gaining a daughter-in-law, the very first one. I'm a mom of 3 boys, and you know, for the longest time, I've only been the only girl. Lori, the classes are not up for Chattanooga yet. They're working on them. They just did all the selections. Now they got to put them in a catalog and get them online so that you guys can sign up. So, but anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to my trip next week. And then this past weekend, my middle son proposed to his girlfriend, and we love her, and we're just super excited and thrilled for them. So, oh my gosh, Lisa, that was on sale for $15. That would have been a great deal. Yeah, bummer. If I had known that, I would have ordered one as well because they are awesome. Hello, Norma Jean Bingaman. I'm already ordering. Thank you. They don't sound like any cottages I've been to. Right, Sue? Yeah. They're not shanty cottages, unfortunately. They're just those big old huge mega mansions, which kind of, there's a little bit of McTeer family history. What's the time? I don't want to take too much time, but so McTeer family history is, my youngest is named after Bishop Holland Nimmons McTeer. Him and his wife are buried on Vanderbilt University. He got Commodore Vanderbilt to put up the money for Vanderbilt University. And my youngest son is named after him. He is a McTeer. And so that's cool. In fact, I always thought we probably should look into Vanderbilt to see if my kids could go there for free. But no. Is she the one that you did the Christmas painting for? Oh, no, Lori. No, that was my youngest son's girlfriend. I painted her cat. But no, this one, she's a physical therapist and she's a traveling physical therapist. So right now they are in Washington, and it was just so sweet. It was sweet. So anyway, okay, let's get started. First off, on Facebook, if you click the send stars, let me just thank you. A lot of times I don't see that until after I'm done. This year, we have been donating that to the World Central Kitchen that feeds hungry people all over, especially in disaster areas like the earthquakes they've had in Ukraine, the war in Ukraine. You know, they feed people, and they kind of go into these stormed areas, these natural disasters. Anyway, so the money that you guys donate for that goes there. Next year, I'm going to start looking soon for another charity to give that to. So same thing on YouTube. If you hit that little $sign in the thing and you donate, then that money goes to that as well. Okay? And if you do, I greatly appreciate it because, you know, it's nice to give back, right? Hello, Brenda Owen. Good to see you on. Hello, Cindy. Come to Biltmore House. I've been to the Biltmore House many times, Lisa. Yes. In fact, strange story, when I was about 9, my granddad took my sisters and I, and someone jumped from the balcony on the back of the house, and you're not allowed to go there anymore, like on the back balcony. Wherever it was, they cordoned it off and closed it off, and you're not allowed to go out there anymore. But I've been many times. I love the Biltmore. So pretty. Especially the aviary in the front. Oh, so waiting for my kit. You didn't get your kit, Loretta? Oh, I was hoping it was going to get there today. So, oh, and you're going to paint it in your journal. Oh, that sounds fun. Okay, let's take care of some giveaways. Hello, Kay Merriman. What did I just see? Oh, I know, right, Lisa? I mean, what a story. Okay. So let's go right down here. Is it? It is so pretty. Okay, so I have some giveaways from last week, and this is faux squirrel brushes. So Dynasty is very, very supportive and generous, and when I went to NAMTA, they gave me a ton of brushes to give away. So there's a 1/4 inch angle, a number 8 flat, and then a 3/8 stencil pro brush, which is my favorite. And the winner of those is Carol Shuey. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. If you will go to my website, click that contact button, message me and let me know your mailing address, I will get those off to you. All right, and then these, there is a number 12 flat. This is like a number 6 flat. I love those acrylic candles, but it is actually a 1/4 inch is what it's called. And then a number 7 round brush, Black Gold by Dynasty. The winner of those is Emmylou Harris. Isn't there a singer, Emmylou Harris? Anyway, Emmylou, message me your mailing address, and I will get those off to you. Love how it's grown. Yes. And it's only about maybe 5 hours for me to get there to Asheville. Oh, well, I just showed your name, Linda. Linda McCullough. A 1/2 inch angle. What is that? A number 8 filbert brush. And then my favorite medium soft flat top that I use as a mop. Linda McCullough. Message me your mailing address and I will get that sent off to you guys. All right. Thank you, Judy. I have to tell you guys, I have complained for over a year. Oh, Emmylou Harris. Yes, that is quite close though, isn't it? Linda, you're going to Oklahoma? Awesome. Oh, thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, hit that thumbs up button if you would. And hit that subscribe button if you don't. Would love that. I knew Emmylou Harris was a singer. Okay. Alrighty. So last week we did my pumpkin spice, and y'all, thank you so much because I have 3 kits right now, and this one sold like hotcakes. I have to say this one did too, but it was my pumpkin spice, and I forgot to show you one thing, so I wanted to show you if you wanted to. It's in the directions. But I took the Uniball Signo, the Japanese ink pen. It's not permanent. You have to spray seal it with a matte sealer or a varnish. You know, if you brush on a varnish, it's gonna move. So anyway, but I did do a couple little sketchy lines on the cup, just little kind of illustrated lines. And that was so minor, and I had the pen out. I just completely forgot to tell you. So this is on my website. Thank you. And, oh, not a problem, Cindy. Have a great day. This one is on my website as well. my little snowman, love him, Let It Snow. And then this one that I came up with. So I do have a peppermint mocha one that I'm still doing, but someone mentioned on the last live something about hot cocoa, and I thought, "Oh, I just saw something I could do for that." So anyway, let me explain to you what the kit comes with. All right. So on this kit, you get the laser circle. It has etched lines on it, which I love. Just gives it a little bit of, even though you don't see them a lot through the design, they're still there. You can see them, and it's not just a plain wood circle. You get 3 different snowflakes, the whipped cream, the marshmallow, the hello winter words, a sponge applicator, and a little sanding block, which I'm going to show you. And you get 2 full 6x6 stencils, M271 and what's the other one? M222. Okay, and the M2 stencils, as many of you guys know, and for those that don't, that are just joining me, those are Moreau Tier. So M squared. Alrighty, so let's get started on this. I'll show you what I did. So I went ahead and painted this circle white. Before that though, I painted it with the DecoArt multi-surface sealer. Let's zoom in just a little. Alrighty. So what I typically will do is I mix the base coat, so this case white, with the multi-surface sealer and multi-purpose sealer, and I paint my surface, let it dry, paint it again with just white, okay? Then I went ahead and I painted the little whipped cream white as well, and my little marshmallow. How cute is that? And then the cup I painted with oyster beige. Okay, there are not a lot of colors in this kit either. So that's oyster beige. And then I'm going to go ahead and base coat a couple of things. Let me use something underneath. I think I'll use that. Okay. So with this little sponge applicator, I do have these on my website. It comes in the kit, but you can buy it separately as well. It comes as a 3-pack. Let's go ahead and get our white paint out. That way it can dry. And this is on MDF. Oh, I just broke that. I knew I was going to do that. Okay, so these are laser cut and they're fragile. So I packaged them really well for y'all. When the kits go out, and separate them on a piece of cardboard so that that doesn't happen. I just grabbed it wrong. All right, so we're going to take that little sponge applicator and pick up that white, and I'm going to go ahead and do the hello winter. Even though it's broken, still going to do it. What I found with this MDF, I just got this from a new company, and there's a little bit of that color that comes through with one coat. So I did 2 coats on the letters with white. Let's move that to the side. Excuse me, 1 coat with white, and then I came back with 1 coat of oyster beige. All right. You could even do oyster beige. You don't have to do the white because it will, it has a really heavy white content to it, that oyster beige does. So again, that applicator, and notice how I'm pushing it into the sponge. And then I'm just going to brush right over, and I'm tapping. And what that's going to do, if I brushed this, that paint would get stuck in all those grooves, and then I'd have a mess. So this is just hitting the top and leaving that nice dark edge from the laser. So let's get that. In fact, now that I think of it, I think I just did the words with oyster beige. So white, we're going to move those to the side. I'm going to come back to my hello winter, minus the R. Let's just put it there so it looks like winter. I'm still going to use that. I'm just going to glue it in place. All right. Let's dry that real quick. So I'm using, someone must have said I carried these because they're flying out of the studio this week. They do glue together well, thankfully. Alrighty. Hello, Christine Hall from South Carolina. Alrighty, let's get the oyster beige. And I'm just going to flip the sponge over. However, I have used this sponge, well, I did last week on the thing, and when you rinse it out, it's soft again. So it might still keep some of the color stain to it, but it actually cleans up nicely, and you just squeeze out the water, let it dry, and it's ready to go. Okay, so this is the oyster beige. Hello. And we're going to just tap that. We'll tap that, move it to the side, let it dry. Okay, and now I'm just going to stick this in my water basin and rinse it out. Okay, so again, with this kit comes 2 stencils. Oh, I completely forgot to show you something I was going to show you. I'll do that at the end. So M271 plaid stencil, which I love, and then this 1/4 inch polka dot stencil. So the thing is, it does not go the whole way. So you have to shift it and move it over. But I do like it to go off the edge, and then down here, I won't stencil right up on that. I will wait until I move it. Now, this one is a little tricky on the eye to get it to line up, but we'll do our best. Okay, Prussian blue. Love Prussian blue. Such a pretty color. Hello, Elizabeth Stoll. Aw, thank you, Denise. So I don't paint the sides, however, so like here, where's that other sponge? This is another great thing. Right here. Just paint those sponges up. First person I ever saw with these sponges, Miss Elizabeth Stoll. They are fantastic. So I know she carries them as well. I think hers are white though. Mine are orange. Okay, but that way you can paint the edges if you want to. Again, when you're painting, so like if I didn't want to get the edges wet or have paint on them, if you come from the center and go out, which is what I typically do, but I still inevitably always get paint along the edge of my surface. I just do. Okay. Stencil brush. I'm using a 1/2 inch Dynasty Stencil Pro loaded up with that Prussian blue. Hi, Mickey. And then wipe almost all of it off. Okay. Almost all of it off. And again, line that stencil up so that it goes off the edge. And then we want to use a soft circular motion, and I'm very light pressure. I'm not a big stenciler like that. It kills my, my hand. And I like the soft, subtle look, kind of just wispy, that you get with this soft circular motion, counterclockwise, clockwise. Just keep going. We're going to take this down a couple notches anyway with our sanding block, and if necessary, even a little gesso. Again, soft circular. So I'm not going to get over here into this last little section. I will say though that when I originally did it, it took me forever to line this stencil back up to make sure that the pattern was extended. The thing is, if you wanted it solid and darker, hello, my neighbor just flew by, you can let it dry and go back over it a couple times until you get it to the desired color you're going for. See, I like that. soft and wispy. And yeah. Okay, so we're going to go here and see that doesn't line up. That lines up there, but it doesn't line up there. This is what I ran into the other day. And so I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do, because this side, I could sit there and find it, but this side, the cup is covering it. So I'm not too worried about that. And that's a little on the dark side. So you want to make sure that we wipe that off. See? And it looks like it goes. All right. Then this one, we are going to come right up here, line that up. And then stencil the bottom. You can tape your stencils in place too if you want to. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to that. I typically don't. And I know that's way too dark, which is going to give me a really good opportunity to show you how you can tone that down. Let's move that to the side. And I'm going to get another stencil. So the other one that comes in this kit is M222. And I'm going to use Vivid Blue. I love, again, this kit has so few colors that are used. I think, let's see, white, Prussian blue, Vivid Blue, Asphaltum, and Raw Umber, and Oyster Beige. That's it. All right, so we want to line our stencil up. And again, just kind of hold it somewhere. Soft circular motions. Counterclockwise, clockwise. Make sure we get everything. Cute. Okay, so I'm going to move that to the side. We're done with our stencils. All right. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you, Donna. Yes, she might have said something yesterday too, because again, had several orders for it this week. It is my favorite. I love how quiet it is. I actually have 3 of them in my studio at different workstations that I have. Okay, I still want to take this down a notch. So let me show you, there are 2 things you can do. One is, let me find, seriously, I had it on my table somewhere, these little sanding blocks. Okay, these sanding blocks, so one comes in the kit. You can take your, and I'm going to go side to side. And what it does, it just takes some of the color down so that it's not competing with your design. But the other thing is, I love how it makes it very imperfect. It is not perfect. It's part of the background, not just sitting on the background. All right, another thing is DecoArt Media Gesso. I do this a lot in my journal, my art journal especially, is I will take Gesso and do my page. But if I need to tone down a background or something, I will take some Gesso and a lot of water. And you could do white paint. I typically do the Gesso. Okay, and then just paint right over it. And see how that takes that color down? It just pushes it into the background, takes it down a couple notches, and you're ready to go. Okay, it's my favorite Gesso. In fact, I wish it was in a gallon jug. All right, let's dry that. Vivid Blue came out, I want to say 21 or 22. Thanks, Karen. I love that stencil too. 21 or 22. A lot of times I'll put the year on the bottom because I get them when they first come out. But I did not on that one. So, okay. So, nice and dry. Before I forget, and you can do this with an angle brush, but my favorite way to do it is with a baby wipe. We're going to get out some asphaltum. And I'm going to wrap that baby wipe. Hey, sister. Good to see you on. I'm going to wrap it around my index finger. Okay. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to load it just like I would if I were loading the toe on an angle brush. Is just pick up a little bit, go back and forth, and then I'm going to walk it down just a little bit, again, as if I were loading my angle brush. And the key is you want your wrist on the inside of your surface, and I'm just going to float that color right around. Now I use Huggies, no fragrance, no lotion baby wipes. Okay, it doesn't matter what brand you use, you just want to make sure that it doesn't have lotion. And I don't know that the fragrance would matter. I just typically get the sensitive, fragrant, and lotion free. Okay, and there we have our floated color around the edge. Easy peasy. So let's move that out of the way. We're going to come to our cup. And so what I did on the cup was many colors before it became brown. Let me just say. Well, funny enough, Lisa, they did. The new colors that came out the end of last year or whatever, like strawberry and blue raspberry, those were actually 2023 colors. So, you knew I'd get that asphaltum out? Yes. Oh, thank you, Elaine. I appreciate that. I will get your order out tomorrow with a bunch of goodies. Oh, and I've got an amazing snowflake, and I don't have it in here. It's 2 pieces that's going out with all orders. I wish I had brought it in. Okay, so look, I love sending happy mail. We're going to float around the cup. We're going to float on the inside of the handle. If it gets on this a little bit, that's okay. All right. So I'm going to use an angle brush. Let's get my 3/8 angle. Oh, where's that at? Right there. Okay. Now, with an angle brush, you have a toe and a heel. Toe's the longest part, heel's the shortest. Best way to remember that is your big toe, it sticks out longer than everything else, and you usually stub it, right? So that's the toe, that's the heel. We want to get it wet, and I'm going to just tap a little bit of water right here on my palette so that when my brush starts to go dry, I can load it back up. All right, and let's zoom in just a little bit more. My arm there. And I'm going to load the toe, and I like to turn it sideways and load it. If I go like that, sometimes I get way too much paint on there. So see how much of that toe you're putting in. I'm going to walk that out. I don't want it this dark, but I'm going to walk it just a little bit so that I can get the desired color, which is that. Okay, then I'll come back, pick up a little bit more. On that side, again, if your brush starts to dry out, you've got to get a little bit more moisture, and that's where I'd come over and just pick up a little on the heel. Too much of it, then just wipe it off. And you can also take that heel and just kind of pinch that color off if it migrates over too much. All right, we're going to do along the bottom. And that's a little on the dark side, so I'm going to take my mop, which is not really a mop, but it's my mop. Medium soft flat top IPC, I love these. And I'm just gonna soften that look. And then let's get a little bit more on the brush. And this time it can be a little bit darker. I am gonna come back with some Payne's Gray and float this right here if necessary. Just because I want it underneath the whipped cream, I wanted it to be nice and rich and dark. All right, and then the handles, you can always switch to a 1/4 inch angle brush. But I have a highlight here, and so I know that that's going to take care of any messy float that might occur, which we know it will. Right, hey, then I'm gonna rinse that out. Have a little bit of a line right there. I have a little water, just gonna get rid of that line. Okay, let's dry that. Thank you, Molly Ann. Thank you, Loretta. Like I said, the cup was many colors. The words were many colors. In fact, over on my other station, my desk over there, I have one that's painted black. I just could not decide. And then hubby was helping me, and I came in here and I don't know, this just popped into my head. And so I did the colors and took it. And he goes, yes, that's what it needed. Because the black was just a little too dark. So I'm just beefing this up just a little bit. It's a little wimpy on the side, that shading. Okay. And when you use your heat tool, guys, you want to make sure that you let things cool down before you start to paint on them, because it can grab that paint right off your brush and stay. I am going to come in with a 1/4 inch angle because I do want a little bit more right in here to give that handle a little dimension. Right there. Okay, so see how it looks like that's the inside of that handle? Isn't paint amazing? Okay, we're going to move that to the side for just a second. We're going to get some of that vivid blue. And again, I have a 1/4 inch angle. I'm going to load the toe only with vivid blue. And then look at, I'm going to walk it out because I don't want it too bright. And let me see if this is the right way. Or did I paint the... Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but it is the right way. Okay, so I'm going to go underneath these little sections to give this whipped cream a little fluffiness. I started to use Bahama Blue, and I thought, you know what? No, I don't need to add another blue to this design. This will work fine. And then I have a little one right there because I'm going to tone it down. You could leave it that bright if you wanted to. I just thought it was too bright. So guess what I did? Wash a gesso. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit more gesso out. Water. Hi, Peg. Thanks for being here. Hi, Faye. Victorian blue works great too, Loretta. Pretty. Okay, so we're going to get that nice and thinned down. A little bit more. Okay, so we're going to tone it down first. And you could do that with the sponge, that sponge applicator. You would just get it wet. All right, but let's dry that. Hello, Holly. That's the other thing, guys, too, when you don't want to just hold it there. You want to constantly move it. All right, let's put that because we're done with that. Actually, it's still wet. Why don't we let that dry? And while that's drying, I have a woodpecker pecking on my the side of my house on this wood thing. Okay, back to the angle brush. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's hilarious. A little bit of asphaltum on the toe. Work that in. You'll be able to tell on your palette if there's too much water in your brush, okay? See how that water and that color's migrating over? I'm just gonna pinch that right off on the heel, come back, and it's gone, okay? So now on the marshmallow, I'm going to hold it at the top and just go ahead and float down both sides. And you know how when you go over a float, it moves? Let's zoom in a little bit more. Nice close-up of my arm there. So do both sides. Let it dry or dry it. Oh, potato salad. That sounds yummy, Linda. Hi, Sharon. I can't wait for dinner tonight. I love like spicy food. I love Thai food and Mexican food I could eat every day. But we're having Indian food tonight, which I love. Okay, now you have a shape here that is pretty shapeless, right? It's kind of a square that's rounded on the edges. But if you think about the top of a marshmallow having an oval, and I'll just take the heel and clean up in there just a little bit, and you just paint that very loose little U stroke, you now have a dimensional marshmallow, right? Cute. Hi, Mary, Linda's mom in Florida. Thanks for being here. All right, and then we're going to do the bottom of the marshmallow. Hello. Let's do that where I can show you, but get my hand out of the way. Okay. And I like my marshmallows burned. How about y'all? For a s'more, leave in the comments, do you like your marshmallows slightly toasted or really toasted? I'm a really toasted for my marshmallows. That is, girl, I like just a little bit of char on it. Okay, so again, just a little bit more. Okay, so let's put that to the side. We're going to come back to our whipped cream and Payne's Gray. My go-to favorite for just about all my floating and cast shadows and everything else. Amazing product. If you don't have any other of the media line, Payne's Gray is what I would suggest. So a little bit of that. We're going to come back with that angle brush on the toe. Right there, I've got some of the Payne's Gray. And we're going to float that on. Right over that vivid blue. And I like to take my, either the toe and kind of elongate that or my finger just to swipe it so it doesn't just stop. And just like I did on my original, this is still a little too bright for me with that blue. So I'm going to knock it down again with a little bit of gesso. And if you don't have gesso, you can just use white paint. Hello. I'm not coming off that brush. There we go. It just makes it fluffy and gives it dimension. And all right, let's dry it. Never ate a s'more. Wow. Debbie Sears, you've got to eat a s'more. Hungry for a s'more? I did it on the gas. I've done that, Sandra, too. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The things we do when we have a craving, right? So let me tell you guys, as I mentioned last week or the week before when we painted the pumpkin spice, I love everything pumpkin spice. I love the Libby pumpkin spice roll-up cake that people make at the holidays. Funny enough, I don't make it, but I love when someone else does. And I love pumpkin pie. Okay, so let me just tell you, you have got to go to Wendy's. If you like pumpkin spice, you've got to go to Wendy's and get their Frosty. Their pumpkin spice Frosty is absolutely to die for. Oh, loved it. It tastes more like pumpkin spice than anything I've ever eaten that's pumpkin spice. Okay? So, and then of course you got to get it with a small fry so that your fry can be your spoon, because that's salty and that's sweet. Let me just tell you guys, if you get it, please share a picture on my Facebook page. I will be so happy. All right, we're going to dry that. We're going to do a little dry brushing, so let's move that out of the way. And I'm going to come in with a a medium mezzaluna brush or a small one, doesn't matter. This one, actually, I think I left paint in, so let me show you how to clean it. It's just a little on the stiff side. It's a stiff bristle and a little soft bristle mixed in. Great for dry brushing. I just added a little hand sanitizer to my silicone mat here, and we're just going to get, yep, has some kind of green something in there. And then I do like to rinse them off when I'm done, because I don't want that hand sanitizer to dry it out. But hand sanitizer will evaporate, so this is ready to use. It's dry. All right, so I'm going to come in with some of the white paint. Load it up. Let's get a dry paper towel. Wipe that off. And I have a little bit up here and a little bit here. Very, very subtle. And then on the cup, have it right here. And I typically don't do, I don't dry brush in a line. I'll do like little soft circular motions, but I do want this to show up as a little highlight right there. And then we'll kind of accentuate it a little bit more with a liner brush. Really toasted, really toasted. Yes, I love it really toasted. But the funny thing is, I've had COVID 3 times, and after the first time, I can't eat like a lot of chocolate. It just tastes weird to me, which is devastating because I like chocolate. Okay, so we have that. Then we're going to put a little highlight on the handle, and then I don't know why, but it's habit. I tend to kind of swipe it with my finger. And then I am going to come in here and clean this up a little bit more with some white, little white dry brushing that will tone down anything that might stand out or still be a little bit too dark. Brighten those up. Okay. Let's put that to the side. Thank you, Lori. See you later. Hi, Brenda. Oh, did you, Linda? I'm so happy you tried it. Oh, it's so good. Ah, chicken chili. That sounds amazing. Okay, so I'm going to come back to that angle brush with a little bit of Payne's Gray. And on the right side of my cream, I'm just going to float a little bit of that Payne's Gray just to darken it up. Just that one side. And I'll have just a little bit there. Okay, our marshmallow is going to be there, but again, just wanted to add a little bit more dimension to that. Okay, let's move these to the side, but first, liner brush or rigger. What is that one? Number 2 rigger with some white paint. Have some water in your brush. That paint will come off a lot easier. And then I'm just going to do a little highlight there. And I don't like that, so I'm going to wipe it off. There we go. And then a little brighter one there. Okay, so see, I wasn't too fussed or worried if a little bit of paint got there. I did do a little highlight, so let's bring that back. A little highlight on the marshmallow. Okay, so just a cute little highlight. Move that to the side. Let's come to our snowflakes, which I probably should wait till the end because I'm going to use glitter, but that's all right. And then, oh, I have one of Lisbeth's right here. Hello, good, because I put the other one in the water. So white paint, and I want my glitter handy because while the paint is wet, I'm going to glitter the snowflakes. So let's zoom out just a touch. You could let them dry and then put some matte medium on it, but I just went ahead and did it while the white paint was wet. And then you can tap your finger over it and it'll kind of push it into the paint. I'll show you. But see how much even that second coat is needed on those snowflakes. Okay, you can lay some painter's tape down, get those to stay in place for you. Press and seal works great as well, so it doesn't move around on you. All right, so while that's wet, I'm going to sprinkle it with DecoArt Glamour Dust. If you don't like glitter, they have paint glitter. You can do the same thing. Okay, and I'm just going to sprinkle the heck out of it very generously. And then I'm just going to lightly push. I'm not pressing hard. I'm just tapping right on the top of that surface, okay? And then when it's dry, you can brush off any excess. Now, I often get asked the question, how do I varnish my piece? Varnish everything, and you can spray your snowflakes with just a light dusting of matte spray. You're still going to get that mica powder glitter, pretty shimmery. Everything's better with glitter, right? Now, let's save this. Because I'm going to have more snowflakes to glitter. So let's get that there. Okay. Now, if you have a silicone mat, glitter is very hard to get off. Packing tape. Take your packing tape and lay it down, press it, and it will lift right off, okay? Let's go back to our words. My broken word. Alrighty. And I'm going to turn this sideways so I can get my hand out of the way. But I came in with glitter. Did someone say glitter? You know it, girlfriend. I know you love some glitter, Elizabeth. Okay, so we're going to use that asphaltum. And again, I'm loading that up. You can see that on my palette there. On the toe of that brush. Just kind of walk it out a little bit. And then right along the bottom of the letters, I would say about the bottom third. I'm not going to worry about the R, sorry. Well, let's just worry about it. Why not? Okay. And then we will come up. So this I is right underneath that H. The I for winter, the I in winter. So you want to do the bottom of that. So asphaltum. And then I wanted to darken it just a little bit more. Now you could use another coat of asphaltum or two to darken it. But if you have the Media Raw Umber, it is really highly pigmented and beautiful and was the perfect finishing color. Let's dry that. Or a lint roller. A lint roller will work great, but packing tape on this mat works even better. Hello, Rebecca. I've got to get an order into you. Okay, so we are going to come right here and just look how that raw umber, I started to go into asphaltum again, but that raw umber just really is so rich. And it was what it needed to compete with that plaid background, that pattern. Okay, so let's turn that. And then let's let this dry for just a second and I'll show you on here what I did. So cute little dots on the first two letters and then just a little highlight on the others with a liner brush. So let's get a stylus and we'll zoom in. Okay, so I'm going to use the small stylus and we'll dot right in the center. 1, 2, 3. I come back to the center dot. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then down here, center dot, 1, 2, 3, center dot. When I go back to the center dot, I'm just picking up that excess paint. Okay, And then a nice thin liner. Which I got somewhere. Where do I have a nice thin liner? Right there, my 10-aught rigger will work great. And then just a nice little highlight on those letters. And then on our R. All righty. So that is that. Let's move this to the side. I was just looking at my finished piece and I don't have any splatter on there, which is shocking. Okay, so let's put this thing together with our little cup and our whipped cream. And then we're going to get our marshmallow on there. This does, so if you do get the kit, let me show you. This does lay into the top of the cup nicely, like that, unless you paint the wrong side. Then you get a little sliver. It's very tiny, but just to let you know, you do want to watch which side you are painting. Put our little marshmallow on there. I put the big snowflake in the center, but you could put whichever you wanted, wherever you wanted. That there, and then our Hello Winter. And let me show you a really cute, where is it at? Center dot. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Oh, thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. Okay, so the Dollar Tree. These are perfect for just that little bit of glue that you need, and it does go a long way, funny enough. It's small, but it will do that whole thing and then probably 10 more. And you just want to glue everything down and then put a nice little ribbon in it or something. Okay, so let's zoom out right there. Oh, thank you, Susan. Good to see you on. All right, guys. So that is my Hello Winter kit. I have 4 more other kits in the works right now. Again, my peppermint mocha one. Probably won't do that one next. I have this other one that I really want to do, so we will see. All right, and then I'll glue those together and it will be just fine, even though it's broken right there, right? And look how much more toned down that one is. I like both. I like it a little bit darker, but I also like it a little more toned down. It doesn't compete and fight with that design. So again, you can knock it back with a little bit of gesso or leave it with just the Prussian blue in the background. Okay. So one thing I said I was going to show you and I completely forgot. I always love sharing with you guys in my membership group this month. Each month we're taking a inspiration from an old world master. That doesn't mean all of our projects have to be that, but just being inspired by a painting. So, oh, thank you, Sandra. So this month we did Vermeer and we did leaves. Now, the coloring off this is what inspired my leaves. All right, that gold and, you know, there's some blue, but mostly this lesson was about underpainting. So a lot of dry brushing and floating and underpainting color before adding color. Anyway, so then I took inspiration from her and created, I think, one of my favorite girls I've ever painted. And I did a modern girl with 2 pearl earrings, with pearl earrings. And then just playing around because the old paintings have that crackle. I thought, ooh, I'm going to see if I can, you know, do a little crackle in the background, but I didn't want to do the whole thing. So Loretta said, my girl with the pearl earring has rested from her dermabrasion time for her makeup now. I can't wait to see her. I'm sure she's beautiful. But anyway, so we just took a modern twist. And I did have some really big plans to do the end of last month, to do some things on Facebook and come on and do some lives. But with OKC Painting Palooza submissions and everything else, I just did not have time, unfortunately. So Thank you, Lisbeth. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Oh, thank you, Judy. Thanks, Cheryl. Oh, I love the letters too. I like that ombre look. So just like we did on the pumpkin spice one, which I thought looked really, really cute. And I have something over on my workstation that I'm finishing. I've got to get it in for OKC. But it kind of has something with this ombre. Anywho's, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, if you sent stars or you clicked the money thing on YouTube, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. And again, that's donated to the World Central Kitchen. I will not be here next Sunday. I'm going to be in Rhode Island. I will be sharing lots of pictures with you guys, so make sure to check out my page for that, of, you know, those really small cottages up there in Rhode Island. For everyone that's going to NET, you guys have a fantastic time. Soak up all that energy of being with people at a convention. And share pictures. Please share pictures. Would love to see what's going on. See pictures from the classes and just the trade show and the event and everything else. So, especially if you're in my membership group, if you're going, please share pictures in the in our group page. Okay. So, oh, Rebecca, I'm sorry. Well, thankfully it's recorded, so you'll be able to go back and watch it. Okay, guys. Get out those brushes, get out that paint, do something creative. I have to be 100% vulnerable and tell you that I have been in a painting rut for a little while. I've had to paint, but I've been in a painting rut where it just flows out of me. I love those days, and I have to tell you, getting ready for OKC and painting those things and getting ready with classes for my membership group the last several weeks has really just kind of brought that back. It is proven, the more you paint, the more you want to paint, the more you will paint, okay? So if you're in a rut and you haven't painted, get out a surface, get out a paint color, and just base coat it. That motion, that action of doing something creative will lead to the next thing, all right? I promise. I'm speaking from experience. I can attest to that, so. All right, guys, I will see you guys in 2 weeks with another project, and I'll post that soon, all right? Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye.